YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you. Today, here's what we're doing. I've got a right at 3-pound tri-tip. A tri-tip roast. Let's go ahead and get it out the package. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. One of my favorite ways to do tri-tip is the reverse sear method. Now, this is I believe this was a choice. It is choice. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some of these stragglers off. Again, you can see why they call it a tri-tip 1, 2, and 3. Alright. We're gonna get some of this stuff off of here. Again, we don't really need that. I'm gonna put it right here. This is a bit hard fat. We're gonna take some of this off. Yeah, I'm not gonna be that meticulous with this because the method in which I'm cooking. However, this fat, we're gonna salt this meat down. Fat is not gonna penetrate. I mean, the salt is not gonna penetrate the fat. I just want to clean this up a bit. A pocket of fat there. Now I'm not looking to get all the fat off. Tri-tip can be pretty lean. The fat cap on this, it doesn't run across the whole muscle. Now there is a bit of sinew or silver skin on this here. Let's see, I'm gonna get as much as I can see off. Not gonna make a whole ordeal about it. We're gonna reverse sear this. I think that's about it. I do want to leave some of this fat on there. Alright, now let's flip it over. See what we got. That looks to be just fine. Again, we're gonna what's called tri-tip 1, 2, and 3. Alright. That's gonna be about it. Let me get okay, so now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna simply salt this down. That's it. Gonna salt it down, call it a day. This will go to my fridge overnight, and I'll get up tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna reverse seal this, probably on the Weber Kettle. We still got high winds in my area, so it doesn't make sense for me to start a fire and have to fight that fire because of the winds. Alright, tell you about it. Now this meat is going to turn a different color. It'll be darker in color once this salt penetrates. Now this is Morton's Kosher salt. I've taken it and grinded it down a little bit more than it was. With unlike a brisket, I like a finer grain of Kosher salt on my tri-tip. It aids in helping get through the meat a bit quicker. Again, this is not that big a piece of a meat. We're right at 3 pounds. Make sure don't forget your sides. So one of my favorite YouTubers say that's a rookie move. Alright, we got this salted down. I'm going to use the rest because I don't want to toss this. Alright, by the time we come back tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to try and get all this salt off my cutting board. So this is salted down, right? I want you guys to take note. This color is going to darken, deepen. This salt is going to work its way, penetrate through the meat via osmosis. I've got a cookie sheet. I use this cookie sheet for everything except cookies. Now we're going to set this in my fridge uncovered, and we're going to make use of that cold air. It's going to help pull out some moisture while we're going to pull in some flavor. It's going to pull this salt in. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. To the fridge we go. Long rest. Alright, I'm going to whip together a quick chimichurri to put with my tri-tip. So in here we have about half a cup to a cup of flat leaf parsley. I'm going to go in with my, this is 2 tablespoons red wine vinegar. This is 3 large bulbs of garlic. Like mine really garlic heavy. This is 1 green chili. In this case I use a serrano. Then we have half a cup of a good solid grade olive oil. Give me a little pepper in there. And to be followed by some coarse kosher salt. One of the other things I want to add is I've got a cheek of lemon, nothing special, it's a Meyer lemon. Adding some extra acidity in there. And we mix. Let's give it a taste. That's delicious. It's fresh. The acidity with that olive oil, I like it. This goes great with beef. There you have it. A quick chimichurri. Stay tuned. Alright, this is the tri-tip after it has rested overnight in my fridge. I've legit had this sitting on my countertop coming to room temp. Now, you see the color has deepened. It's still red, but it's a deep red. That's what you want. While you see the pockets of fat that's on here, you still see bits of salt on them. So salt, we know, does not penetrate fat, and that's fine. So now it's going to sit here. I'm going to go get a fire started. Then I'm going to show you guys how we're going to get this cooked. Stay tuned. Alright, we're going to get this rubbed down. Got a bit of grapeseed oil here. Not going to do too much. Just want to make it tacky. Alright. Here. Just gonna get it rubbed down. Give my rub something to stick to. Alright. You can see how those colors change. That's how you know that salt did its job. Let's do the bottom side first. We're gonna go. I got some of this this good stuff. This is Uncle Chris's Gourmet steak seasoning. Goes perfect with any cut of beef. So we can get. Don't have much left, so we're gonna get what we can on it. Actually, we might have enough for the whole thing. Pat that in, flip it over. Get the edges. Alright, I think that's going to be enough for as far as seasoning goes on here. This is still going to sit out. I've already got my Weber kettle fired up. I'm going to give it about 15 minutes, let it come up to temp. We are going to reverse sear this. What that means is I'm going to be slowly bringing it up to temp. That way, when I cut inside this, you have pinkness from wall to wall instead of a gray band. Now, tri-tip, if I haven't mentioned it before, your grains run two different ways. We've got grains coming here, and then we've also got grains coming here. So what I'm going to do is cut this in half, and then you always slice against the grain. If you want the tenderest cut of meat, any beef, and this also applies to chicken and pork, right? You want to be cutting against the grain. I'll be back, guys. Let me show you what we're working with. Kingsford and royaloak, combination of briquettes and lump charcoal, hot and seared attachment. Hot and seared attachment. No water. We're gonna let this ride until it hits internal 120, 125. I'll be back. Alright, so the tri-tip has hit a temperature of 120. Remember I told you guys we're doing a reverse sear method. So then it hits 120, it'll sit out here for 5 to 10 minutes. I've got my fire being stoked, top off. I need to see some flames, and we're going to sear it off. Maybe go for 2 or 3 minutes per side. I'll be back. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and sear off this tri-tip. Again, we've reached an internal temperature of 120. It's been setting for the last 20 minutes. Alright. Might go 2 to 3 minutes per side. My family don't really like rare meat, which I think is sacrilege, but I do. This reverse searing method ensures that we have a even doneness on the interior of the meat. That's why we do it this way. And for me, it has been the best way I found to make sure that we get that wall-to-wall even doneness. I do assume that there's going to be some flare-ups on this other side because, again, the temperature we were doing the reverse sear at is not hot enough to get rid of that fat. So this is another reason why we do it directly over this fire. Darn sure does smell good. There you go. There's that fat starting to render. Smells delicious. I'm good with a bit of this char that is that fat. I want to get some good color on this. Might look like it's burnt. It is not burnt. Trust me. That's just on that fat cap. That fat is charred. All right, here's the tri-tip. It's been resting for the past 30 minutes. Let's recap what we did. Last night, I salted this tri-tip down with a ground up kosher salt. It's set in my refrigerator until approximately this afternoon, about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I went ahead, I hit it with some oil, and then I got some other seasonings on it, and then I got it out on my Weber Kettle 22-inch for a reverse sear. After the tri-tip hit 120, I took it off, let it set at room temperature for about 15 minutes as I got my hot coals up, and I seared the tri-tip off. Now, here's what we're going to do. So now, I told you guys earlier, this tri-tip has several different muscle strands, right? If you are to go and cut with the muscle strands, you're going to find this to be a tough piece of meat. It doesn't matter how you treated it. So the first thing you'll see me do, and you'll see others that have cooked this piece of meat do, we're going to cut it in half, straight down the middle. Alright, this will be put to the side. That's awesome. See, we got wall-to-wall pinkness. I like it. And then now you can see, you see the striations. You want to cut against that. So here's what we're going to do. Also, because this meat has been exposed to oxygen now, that color is going to also bloom out. I'm gonna get a slice first. Yeah, that's like that. Smells pretty good. See, it's pretty good. I'm gonna get some more slices off. One thing that you can tell, since I did an overnight brine, is you can tell that salt worked its way through the meat. It's not overly salty. You'll see some other people have cooked this and treated it like a brisket. I've done that before. This takes some care because it's real easy to dry out. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get that accordion going. You could really eat this. You see that this board sauce, that is not blood. If you did know, that's myoglobin. You can spread the pieces on the board, and then we've got a special treat today. I also made a chimichurri. And then here's how I'm going to treat mine. We're going to get a piece. I'll take this end piece here. I'm going to get some chimichurri on my end. And then it's pretty good. So you have the fattiness of this meat. Then you have the herbaceousness of the chimichurri. It's really good. I've never really had chimichurri on tri-tip. I like it. Definitely one of my favorites. It brings something else. It brings an earthiness out of this meat. Hey, this was a tri-tip. If you haven't done so, please comment, share, like, subscribe to Beast Smokehouse. Thank you for the support. I definitely appreciate it. Until the next video, Beast Smokehouse out.